Hi everyone, my name is Michelle Saduskas. I'm the Oneida County Conservationist, and we are in northern Wisconsin. And today we are looking at sowing some native wildflower seeds. And I want to show you what we have here today that we'll be sowing. This is rough blazing star. This is a prairie plant, a pollinator plant. We do a lot of pollinator restoration work, and today that's what we'll be planting. So I want to show you the type of soil that we actually use. This today is November 22nd, so we're prepping this for wintertime. The pots will be set out over wintertime to be scarified and to get the winter treatment. This is a soilless mix that we're using. Soilless being there's no actual soil in it. There's perlite, peat, bark, sometimes vermiculite. And this is really good for drainage. And also it's sterile, so there's no bugs and microbes working against the seed germination. So what we first want to do is pick let me show you a couple examples. Pro Mix, oftentimes a lot of nurseries carry the Pro Mix brand. And in our county, we have a number of nurseries that carry that Berger. These are just two examples of a soilless mix. Just if you happen to go into a nursery or a garden center asking for a soilless mix is what you're looking for. Okay, so what we do to start our plants, you can pick any type of container. These are a little bit rigid, harder plastic, 4-inch minimum, I would suggest, because come next spring you're going to have little baby plants in these. And what I also like to do with the soilless mix before we fill a container is just to wet it some. Most of the mixes have a wetting agent, but I usually like doing this before I put it in the pot. Just put some water in and you're kind of just mixing it. And it also cuts down on the dust as well. And once we get the seeds in this soil into the pots, the water, the next time you do water it, or if it rains or snows outside, it's a lot easier being wetted. So I'll use this 4-inch square pot. So what I do is just put a handful in, I give it a little tap down here. That's kind of about how high we have it. And as for the amount of seed, because we get questions about how much seed should I put in one pot. And a good idea is not to do this over the soilless mix container, so you want to do it over a table. I usually am just putting a pinch of seed and just kind of scattering it. That might be a little. I'll give it a couple pinches. So, and then what I'll do is add just a little bit more, a handful over the top. Just push it down a little bit so that soil is making contact with the seed. Okay, what I like to do next is put grit over it. We'll be putting these pots outside over winter, and depending on where you're at, if you get snow or heavy rain, this could just splash up and actually come out of the pot. So this grit right here is a medium-sized grit, chicken grit. Feed stores typically carry this, and this is a 50-pound bag that it happens to come in. But a lot of the feed stores do sell it in bulk, so you don't have to get 50 pounds of grit. And what we do here is just put a handful on top, maybe a little bit more than a handful, just spread it out. The seeds, the plants will come up no problem through this. So when the rain or snow or ice hits this or forms on this, it's protecting those seeds in there. Most importantly, what we need to do is, and we have a handy way of marking these and kind of, we like to reuse and recycle. So these are blinds that we reuse and recycle. We just cut those up into a strip about 3 to 4 inches. Pencil is always best. Magic markers could work. You just got to keep an eye on them to make sure that they are permanent and that they hold up to the weather. And then just make sure you're marking down what type of plant that you're putting in here, and then also the date that you sowed it. And once you do that, Just stick it right in there. And it's all ready to be taken outside. You can water this one more time before you take it outside, or if you're looking at snow and rainy weather that's outside right now, it's ready to go. And just let Mother Nature